Hi, I'm Bernardo Granwehr, Chief of Staff at the State Auditor's Office. I'm here paying my bills, and a thought came to mind. When you calculate your family budget, do you count all of the costs of running your household, or just the ones that you pay for out of your checking account? Now, common sense says you count all of the costs, right? Regardless of what source you pay them out of. For example, let's say you don't have enough money this month to pay your utility bill out of your checking account. So you go ahead and offload that cost to your charge card. Does that utility bill go away? Of course not. Obviously, at some point the charge card maxes out and that cost comes back into your checking account for you to deal with. Unfortunately, the numbers that are reported out of the legislature and the governor's office through the media only count costs that come out of that are paid for out of the general fund, which is the state's equivalent of the checking account. But 1 out of every $5 of general fund costs are not paid for out of the general fund, but rather out of limited time and one-time sources. 1 out of every $5. So, of course, that was made possible over the past couple of years by the stimulus money. We've gotten hundreds of millions of dollars of federal stimulus money from the federal government. But that's going away at the end of the next fiscal year, which ends June of 2011. And when that money's gone, what happens? I mean, when it runs out and those costs get shifted back, do we raise taxes? Do we cut spending? Do we get bailed out again? I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that it's a conversation we need to have. And we need to have it today. We probably needed to have it over the course of the last legislative session. But excluding 1 out of every $5 of general fund costs from the numbers that you report essentially prevents the conversation from happening, and consequently the tough decisions from being made until next year, which happens to be after the election. Now, I don't know what the strategy is. I can't really get inside the heads of the legislature and the governor's office as to, if they kind of know that this is going on, if they're just kind of looking to delay the tough decisions. I can't read their minds, but I do know that all Iowans are going to suffer the consequences the longer we delay, and the further down the road, we're just kicking the can down the road. The further down the road we kick that can, heavier it's going to get, and the tougher the solution's going to be. So we really need to start having that conversation sooner rather than later, and it's very important. In order to find out, by the way, about that fifth dollar of spending and the full picture of what's going on with the state's finances, I do recommend our website, the state auditor's website, auditor.iowa.gov. It's a great source of information on the state's spending, and I definitely highly recommend that. So check that out, and thanks for listening, and I look forward to the next time.